Hello. Despite popular demand, I am back, and I'm here to stay forever, I think. Um, we're doing a Mass Effect tier list because I like Mass Effect. I think it's pretty cool, and I like tier lists because they're pretty fun. So we're doing a Squadmate tier list, and it's gonna be great. So let's just get into it. Um, I have to say I am extremely knowledgeable about these games. I've played the Legendary Edition like 17 different times now, so I'm pretty familiar with these characters and the story and all that stuff. So don't worry about it. I know these characters in and out pretty much. Not in a weird way. I just mean I know them like the back of my hand. I know their character arcs. I know who they are as people. I get it. you know? So let's get started. Okay, so who is this again? I think that's who is this again? I think this is Dr. Chakwa. Dr. Chakwa, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it. I think that's her. Again, she doesn't really she's not really a squad mate, so let's just put her in D tier. She's not a very interesting character. She's kind of boring. Who cares? Okay, Ashley. I'd say Ashley is a little underrated. You know what I mean? She's a little underrated. I think people give her a bad rap because she's racist or something. But she can grow out of it if she doesn't die in in Mass Effect 1. She can go on a character arc, And uh that alone puts her in S tier. She can break the racism for aliens. If you push her that way. And that's commendable, That deserves to be S tier. Okay, so Edie. Ugh, all right. I don't really get Edie. You know what I mean? I just think once she gets her like robot body in Mass Effect 3, she's basically just eye candy essentially. Like that is her character. She's a hot robot, and that's basically what she is. So D tier for her. She's nothing. She's a nothing character. No one really cares about her. Okay, so I don't know why the shepherds are here. Where's the male shepherd? He's down here. Both shepherds are on here. Um, I'd say they're pretty mid as protagonists, so I'm gonna put them in the C tier. You know, I just think they could. There's more to be desired with Shepard. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, so we're going with Garrus. I think his name is. I'm gonna be real here. Garrus, I think he's pretty mid tier. Also, a lot of people love him. He's a fan favorite, and I don't really get it. He's kind of boring, you know. The first time I played the game, the very first, like, well, all of the games, but the first one specifically is where you meet him. The first time I played it, I completely even skipped his mission. I skipped the mission where you meet him for the first time, and then he just like joins you anyway. After you rescue Tally, you continue with the story pretty much. I completely skipped his mission where you meet him for the first time, and he just shows up anyway, and it's like, hey, can I join you on the Normandy? And that's just lame, you know what I mean? That's just lame. So, all right. What was his name again? Discount Rex. I'll just call him that. He's pretty D tier. No one. I don't think anyone really likes this guy that much. He's pretty weak as a character. What was her name again? This is I think her name is Zach or something. She's got like a traditionally male sounding name. I'm pretty sure her name is Zach. Um Whatever. She's like not that great of a character either. So we'll put her here. She's kind of rude and crude, and she's got an attitude. So that's D tier. All right, that's D tier for her. Who's it? Okay. Jacob. Okay, this is a hot take, but I think Jacob might be the best character in all of Mass Effect, and I'm tired of pretending that he's not. Okay, I'm tired of him being the least popular character. I think it's pretty insane that people don't like him more. So I'm putting him in S tier. Because he really is just that great. He's the most powerful biotic in the entire Mass Effect trilogy. And in Andromeda, I guess. He's not in that, but you can just count that game as because there's biotic characters in that too. He's even stronger than them. Okay? He's stronger. He's the strongest biotic in the universe, probably. That includes like, the books and the comics and all that stuff. I don't think anyone could top him. And yeah, he may be the only romanceable option that cheats on female Shepard. Like he's the only character that does that. If you want to romance him in Mass Effect 2, and then you boot up Mass Effect 3 and he's already like moved on to someone else. Yeah, that's a little it's a bit of a jerk move on his part, but I mean, story-wise, it makes sense, like at least one of the romanceable options should do that, like it's more realistic that way. So I don't know, I think it's a cool story to play that out. You can get a little drama in there. Why not? So yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna add row above. Jacob gets a tier of his own because he's just that good. He goes above A. All right, enough messing around here. Let's continue. um, who is this again? I genuinely don't know who this is. Is he even in this game? Is he a character? I don't know. Just put him in D tier. I don't remember who this is, and like I said, I'm pretty knowledgeable about these games at this point. I played them like over and over again, like 17 different times at least. So for me to not remember him is a pretty big deal. Yeah. Okay, Javik. Let's see. I mean, I think he's a cool character, but like, it kind of sucks that he, in the original version of the game, Mass Effect 3, he was locked behind DLC. The Legendary Edition fixes this because you just have all of the DLC included already, but that kind of sucks, so just to make BioWare mad, I'll put him in D tier. Okay, this guy, I think he's one of the first squad mates you have. Him and Kaidan, you start the very first mission of Mass Effect 1 with these two characters, and he dies very easily, so he gets in D tier because he like dies right away. It's like, what's the point? And then Ashley joins you. Speaking of which, Kaidan is next, and once again, I think he is very underrated. You know, I think he's like the best biotic in the game, I think. The best one, I'm pretty sure. And no one really talks about it. I just think that people are sleeping on these characters. Okay. Who is this again? Um she's the thief girl, right? I don't know, I barely saw her in the game at all. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a a strong opinion of her. She was like barely in the games. Who cares? Okay, Tally. Here's another hot take for you. I don't like Tally at all. I think she's annoying, and it's a little problematic, I think, personally, that you can romance her in Mass Effect 2 and 3 because I don't want to like I don't want to get all preachy or anything like that, but you know, it's just it's a little problematic because in the first game she's on her pilgrimage, which means she's like a teenager or something. Um and I mean, you can't romance her in Mass Effect 1, but you can in 2 and 3. And it's just a little weird because, you know, Shepard and Tally knew each other in Mass Effect 1 when she was a teenager. And Liara even says at some point, maybe in 2 or in 3, I can't remember which one, if you romance Tally in those games, Liara actually tells you at some point that she knew that during the events of Mass Effect 1, Tally had a crush on Shepard. And, you know, that's basically word for word what she actually literally says in the game. She says in Mass Effect 1 that Tally has a crush on you. And Shepard is all like, oh, why didn't you tell me? And then Liara is like, oh, I didn't want the competition or something. Something stupid like that. I don't remember. But it was really weird, okay? It's just really weird. Do not like it. And yeah. She's part of the Geth. I mean, wait, no, wait. They built the Geth. I mean, the Quarians. She's a Quarian, and the Quarians are stupid, and they built their own demise with their own AI robots, and then they started a war with them pointlessly. It's just stupid all around. So yeah, she gets in D tier. No one fight with me on this. I'm just right. Okay, Legion. Legion is pretty cool, but I'll put him in C tier because he's like barely in the games. He's barely there. I'm sorry, they don't want to be problematic. uh, so yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have to say about him. Anyway, okay, so Liara. Here's another hot take for you. I don't like Liara either. I'm pretty sure she's just a Mary Sue. She gets everything she wants. She's super cool. She does everything. You know, the writers really, 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 really like her a lot. And yeah, that sucks. So she gets in D tier. She gets to be the freaking shadow broker. You know, she saves Shepard a lot from death a lot of the time. That's just Mary Sue behavior. So she gets in D tier also. Okay, who is this? That's Arya. That's right. That's right. Arya. I remember her. She's a temporary squad mate. So she's not like a permanent one. So for that reason I'll put her in C tier. I mean, she's cool enough, but like, you know, whatever, who cares? She's only in it for not very long at all. Okay, the next one is I do not remember this person's name, this character, but she is like the only female Turian that you see in Mass Effect in the Mass Effect trilogy other than Andromeda. So like It kind of bumps her up to C just by default. But again, she's like barely in it. Um, Actually, you know what? I'll put her in B tier because she is a little better than that. She is cool. I like her a lot. But yeah, she's barely in it, so I can't put her up in the higher tiers just for that. Okay, Anderson. Anderson, he's okay, but I think he was very underutilized. You know, I think they could have developed his character a lot more. Keith David plays him, and that's basically it for this character. He's barely even a character. Let's just be real. You know, the entire character is just Keith David's performance, which is good, but you know, it's not S tier good. You know what I mean? Okay, Miranda. Miranda's pretty much in the same boat as as Edie, except she's not a robot. You know, she's literally just eye candy, and that's all she is. Plus, she tried to like put chip, a control chip thingy in Shepard's head so that they could control them at the beginning of Mass Effect 2, or she wanted to do it. But the elusive man said no. So yeah, I don't like that. Okay, Morden. Morden is possibly the worst character in any Mass Effect game, movie, TV show, whatever there is out there. I don't even know. Video games. I think they're video games. I don't know. But yeah, he's just the worst character in Mass Effect ever. In fact, I think he might be the worst character in any like work of fiction and possible. I mean, he literally started a genocide. Let's just be real. So I think he's annoying. He talks too fast. I'm not smart enough to understand him. So therefore he's in D tier. Okay. Who's next? Okay, so we got Samara and Moranth. Is that her name? Moranth is or Moranth. I don't remember her name as much. Samara has a daughter, and that is her, Moranth. And you can choose between them when they get into a fight at some point. In Mass Effect 2, you can help one of them kill the other one. And I think it's way more interesting to have her on the team, actually. Moranth is just way cooler than Samara. She gets in D tier, but not above Morden. Morden gets in the bottom of D tier. He's the worst. He stays at the bottom. But Samara's pretty bad. She's like the weakest biotic in the game, I think. So I think that's whatever. Um but Moranth is way more interesting if you choose her, because it's like okay, she kills people. Okay, let's just be honest up front. She kills a lot of people, a lot of innocent people. I mean, okay, we kill a lot of people too as Shepard. We're soldiers, but she kills a bunch of innocent people. I just think it's more interesting to have her on the team. And she plus if you romance her, or at least try to, she kills you. And I think that is the most interesting ending to the Mass Effect trilogy. And it happens at the end of the second game. So like I just think that's more interesting than whatever they did in Mass Effect 3. You only get 3 endings in that game that end everything, and they all suck. So why not just make this the canon ending? And that is literally what I hope in Mass Effect 4. They come in here and they're like, yeah, that's actually the canon ending. Shepard uh tried to romance Moranth and she killed him. And she killed him. And then, everything that happens after that, they'll have to fill in the blanks of like what happened. How did they deal with the Reapers? We'll just have to find out. But I want that to be the main canon ending. I think that would be the most interesting. Okay, we'll save the Andromeda characters for last. Who is this again? I know he's a Drell guy. He's like a super assassin. But you know what? For an expert assassin, he gets killed really easily by a guy with a sword, and he has a gun in the scene. He doesn't just shoot the guy with the sword. Instead, he runs toward him, and it's like, my guy, you have a gun. Most of the characters in this universe have a gun. This one guy has a sword, a samurai sword, a katana, and you run towards him to like fist fight him. And it's like, what's wrong with you? So for that reason, he gets in D tier. He sucks as a character. He's just whatever, and then just dies afterwards. Like, okay, all right. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna be completely honest. I do not know who this is, so I'm gonna put him here. Literally don't know who that is. I don't know if I've ever even met him in the games. I have no idea. Okay, who's left? We got this guy, whoever he is. I don't remember his name, but he is like some kind of bounty hunter or something. He really, 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 really likes guns. And as a progressive guy, I don't like that. You know what I mean? I just don't like guns at all, so I'm going to put him in D tier. I mean, that's basically all he is. He talks about his guns like they're his family and friends, And sometimes even a lover. Right. That wasn't a joke, by the way. Anyway, so Rex. Now, Rex is okay. We'll put him in C tier because he is kind of cool, but he's only really a squad mate in the first game, In the other games, he's like off doing his own thing. And that's if he even survives after the first game, Because, like, and you have to be mostly Paragon Shepherd in order to convince him not to try and, fight you. As a result, he gets shot and killed, and you can't really do anything to save him. Again, unless you talk him down. But you have to be mostly Paragon, which sucks. Because it's like, well, that locks you out of getting Rex if you're mostly Renegade. So that sucks. So he's in C for that reason. Okay, so now we're on to the Andromeda characters. And I'm going to be real here, okay? I'm going to hit you with straight facts. All of these characters are S tier, 100%. These are the writers, the female writer and the male writer. Better protagonist than Shepard, like, by several miles. They're just better objectively. And these characters are brilliantly written and like the most interesting characters in the Mass Effect universe, so they all get an S tier, every single one of them. Because I think Mass Effect Andromeda, just as a whole, is very underrated. People hate on it way too much. I've played it like 1,700 different times. Way more than the Mass Effect trilogy. Way more than the Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect trilogy, and I think they're good. I think these characters are good, and I think the game itself is good. People make fun of the facial animations and stuff, and it's like you can get past that. It's real. It has nothing to do with the game itself, you know. And some of them aren't that bad. Some of them are fine. So I think you guys are just hating way too much. I think this game needs another chance. And it sucks that it failed because we don't get any Andromeda sequels. They set some stuff up at the end of this game, and we'll never see that. It'll never see the light of day, and that sucks. So, yeah, this is this is my tier list, and I hope uh, I hope you are kind to me in the comments. Anybody who is mean to me in the comments, you know, who are rude about my tier list, you will be banned, and or something, whatever the equivalent is on YouTube, and I will be pressing charges. So yeah, just get ready for that. Anyway, also I have an announcement after this. Well, I'll just do it here. I am going to be quitting YouTube after this because the pressure is too much, and also I'm getting canceled. A lot of people really don't like that I used a certain word, and I don't think I can show my face anymore, because I usually do. I usually show my face all the time, but I don't think it's a good idea anymore. So yeah, I think I think it's really weird that we can't use the word nice anymore. You can't call people nice people. I just think that's a little weird. Oh, I guess I said it again, but whatever. I'm gonna cancel anyway. I'm quitting YouTube. So no worries. You don't have to complain about it. I'm deleting my channel in a couple days. So yeah. I'm deleting my channel after like I don't know, April 2nd probably, because that's like, you know, the closest I can. I still want this video to be seen by people, so I want to upload this first, and then I'm going to quit YouTube afterwards, because the pressure's too much. It's too much. I don't like it anymore. So plus, you know, the the things I said, we won't get into that. We don't get into the things I said, may or may not have said. um so yeah, this is my my tier list. Thank you for watching, and yeah, goodbye forever.